So in this video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step process that's guaranteed to blow up your trucking business in the next 30 days or less if you do everything that I'm about to tell you in this video. So stay tuned. I talk to owner operators, freight dispatchers, logistics coordinators, truck drivers almost every day. One thing that I noticed that mostly all of them have in common, which is like 80% or more, is that they're just undisciplined. Seriously. They're so undisciplined to where it's not even funny. And even though I was thinking like that when I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, wow. I used to be the same way, even though I made it to a certain point, which could be further than others, and others could have made it further than me, and that's further than me now. There's still a level of potential that you will never get to, no matter how good you think you are, whether you are making 10,000 a month, 50,000 a month, or 300,000 a month. There's still a level that you could be at and that you're not getting at because simply because there's a lack of discipline. Seriously, right? And most freight dispatchers, truck drivers, owner operators, logistics coordinators, wherever they're at in the trucking business, if they're under that, let's say if they're a freight dispatcher, right? And they're under like 10,000 a month, period, they just have a lack of discipline. It's not because they don't have enough clients. And if they don't have enough clients, it's probably tied to not being disciplined, right? It's not because they're not making enough money. Because if they're not making enough money, most likely because they've tied to a lack of discipline. And I'm gonna prove it, right? If they're on operator, and it's like, oh man, my truck keep breaking down and I can't keep it fixed and I don't have enough money in the bank and whatever. Most likely it's tied to a lack of discipline, right? I promise you, I've been through this myself. I've ran a brokerage, a trucking company, a dispatch company. I've done real estate. I've done a lot of different things. And I promise you, every time that I've got rid of that issue of having a lack of discipline, just like that, the business went up. Whenever I've gotten focused and I've locked in on my business and I done the fundamental things, nothing spectacular. A lot of people think that, especially when you're starting out a business, when you're under that, you know, 2 to 500,000 a year in gross revenue, it's not that hard. I promise you. It's mainly based off of locking in. And when I say not that hard, understand what I'm saying when I say not that hard. If you stick with something for a certain amount of time and you constantly just put in the work, put in the work, put in the work, put in the work, eventually it's gonna reward you, right? Like you keep sowing seed, eventually you're gonna get a harvest. It's simple, I promise you. And you know, I just had a consultation with a guy the other day on Sunday. We was going over some things and I'm like, wow, he's not disciplined. He's not saving his money. He's not, it's some issues that he had, right? But once again, I talk to owner operators every day. I talk to freight dispatchers in my community every day. People are inboxing me. And I don't just talk to people that's like just starting out. I'm talking to people that actually has a business. Some of them making, a couple million a year. And I promise you, in one or more ways inside of their business, they have a lack of discipline. Period. So, I was talking to this guy the other day and he was telling me about certain things and he was basically saying that how he didn't have money to fix his truck. And I'm like, oh wow, which sometimes that happens, it is what it is. But at the same time, he was talking about how he was planning to go on a trip to like Jamaica. And I'm like, what? Really? I was talking to a sister the other day and she was basically saying how she couldn't make her calls. And when I say calls, meaning cold calls, right? She wasn't on top of her game with her follow up. She wasn't on top of her game learning how to do the marketing with the text message marketing, the email marketing, just basically marketing her business so she can get clients, right? And fill up her pipeline, right? But yet take a look at our social media. I remember when, I would be up all night partying, riding my motorcycles, running the streets, dealing with women, gambling. I would make a lot of money and I would go gamble. Sometimes I would win a lot and win big. Sometimes I would lose big, right? And that lack of discipline, it basically destroyed my business. So if it's one way you want to guarantee that you're gonna lose in your business and have a 0% of you winning, just be undisciplined. Don't be disciplined, right? And if you don't be disciplined, I promise you, you will lose. And people like me that's disciplined, that's gonna do the work, that's gonna get up and get it done, we're gonna win, right? So once again, I said I was gonna give you a step-by-step process on how to, over the next 30 days, of how to turn your business around or either start your business, right, and gain some momentum, right? Because a lot of people think that they need like motivation, but it's really not that. You need discipline, right? You need to stick with it. You need to make a plan, act on the plan, stick with the plan, and follow the plan through. But the only way that you're gonna do that is by if you're disciplined. So I got some notes in the phone and I'm gonna tell you exactly what I've done. I'm not gonna tell you anything that I haven't done. Once again, this is for freight dispatchers, this is for freight brokers, this is for if you're starting out your trucking company where you have a fleet of trucks, so you're starting out with your first truck. I promise you, these are foundational principles that work across the board. It will make you, just a better person in life. The theory of constraints, okay? And basically what it is it's basically when something is like holding you back, people are trying to constantly put their foot on the gas to get towards success, but they're not even focusing on the things around them that's actually holding them back, right? For example, let me give you an analogy of what I mean. Let's say you're trying to blow up a balloon, right? But you're trying to blow in this balloon and blow it up, right? But the hole you're blowing through like a little coffee straw, right? A little bitty, coffee straw, one of them little bitty ones that's kind of like the size of a needle in a sense. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but like a little bitty coffee straw. But you're trying to blow up this big party balloon and you're trying to blow it up through this little bitty straw, okay? Well, it's gonna be very, very hard to blow up this balloon through this little bitty straw. Why? Because it's constraint, right? The pressure trying to get through this straw is constraint. So what a lot of people try to do in business is they will try to blow harder. They'll try to give more pressure to force the air through this straw, where in reality, all they have to do is just get rid of the constraint. Maybe exchange the straw for like a bigger hole. Maybe like something the size of a hose pipe or something, and they can blow up the balloon way faster, right? And it don't take as much energy to actually blow the balloon up, right? It's a simple analogy. I'm pretty sure everybody can understand the analogy. Put it in your own context and you get the point. You understand what I'm saying? So what happens is a lot of people might, it's like, oh man, I need to like go get this loan to buy this truck and I can't get approved for this loan to buy this truck and I can't get the loan. I can't buy the truck and I can't buy the truck. I can't have my truck in business. But what's in reality is, it's like I need to, make more money, do all of these things, right? I mean, it's so many different things to get the loan for the truck. But in reality, maybe if you actually went to work more, maybe you don't need to focus on your credit to actually get a loan for the truck. Maybe you shouldn't have bought that nice charger that you have out in the driveway, right? That's costing you $600, $700, $800, $900 a month for the car note and another $300 to $500 for the insurance. And maybe when you went to the bank to go get the truck, they would give you the truck because when they look at your credit report, they don't see that you have this big chunk of liability sitting on your credit report. You understand what I'm saying? But you're like focused on paying someone to fix your credit and do all this stuff. And it's like, nah, you just need to get rid of some stuff, which is a constraint. Remember the analogy. You're trying to force this thing to happen, but in reality, you just need to get the Charger. Why are you not getting rid of the Charger or the Challenger or the BMW or whatever that's in the driveway, right? So you can start your business. Because you're not disciplined. Think about it. It's because you're not disciplined. You know, the car, the Challenger, the Charger, whatever your device is, right? It could be going on vacations. It could be women. It could be men. It can be partying. I knew a brother that he wanted to get his trucking business up and running, and he would always blame the money he would have to spend for his kids, right? And I'm like, man, this dude is tripping, right? Not because he was doing for his kids, but he would like use them as a crutch. Let me explain what I mean by that. He would go on the road for about 2 weeks, and he would make, because he was driving one of my trucks, and I would always motivate him like, hey man, you make your money, you can buy your truck and start your business, right? Because he said he wanted to do that. And he would always come back, and every time he come back, man, he would go and spend all his money on buying clothes and Jordans and going out and taking the family to do this and taking the family to do that. Now listen, okay, before anybody jumps on me and try to make it seem like I'm like not about family. I love my family. I love my kids, but I love them enough to deprive them of some things while they're young so they can have a lot of things when they get older and they're not in a certain position when they get older, and then they're like hating me, right? You think they're mad at you today because you can't bring them to like maybe Disney World or like some type of trip. They're really going to be mad at you when later on, when they're like around friends and, you know, their parents, their friends' parents is like helping them buy houses and paying for weddings, and they got vacation homes in different countries and all this type, in different states and all this type of stuff. And like you can't help them do none of that, right? But they went to Disney World and they got all the vacations on the front end, and you were there to play with them and have fun with them every single weekend. Once again, it's not even a balance thing. I'm not saying to find any balance because it's really no such thing. It's a season of focus and it's a season of doing other stuff, right? So figure out what season you in and, you know, adjust, okay? So basically, what do you need to get disciplined with so you can either start your business or grow your business in 2025? Well, I'm gonna give you some things, some simple things to where you can start applying today. And if you start applying them today, it'll start the journey of discipline, and it'll free up your mind, the way you can think. It'll free up space around you. You'll be able to get clarity. I promise you, these things work. I've done it myself. I still do all of this all the time right now. A lot of this stuff, it's just, you know, second nature for me. I don't even have to think about it. It's just natural. I have to actually think about not doing some of these things on the list. So here we go. The first thing is learn how to say no. If you're in a season of focus and you want to start your business or grow your business and level up, you truly want to level up, you have to get in a season of focus, all right? A lot of people will be like, oh, you got to have balance. You got to have balance. No, it's never summer and spring at the same time. All right. It's never winter and summer at the spring at the same time. It's never fall. And you get the point? So it's like, no, you don't need balance. You need focus. You need to understand what season are you in. If you're in the startup phase or startup season, well, guess what? You don't need to be going on vacations. You don't need to be going to the football games and going to the parties. No, you need to be focusing on your business. Now, I'm saying you don't do a little something once a week or whatever like that. But at the same time, like, you need to be focused, right? So the first recommendation is this: say no to everything. To everything. Hey, man, you going out this weekend? No. Hey man, let's go get some drinks. No. Hey man, they got these honeys over here. No. Double no on that one. Like that, double no. Hey, we going on this vacation? No. Like, no. Hey, you want to play the game online? No. I'm not a game player, but for you game heads out there, like, no. Right? For you sisters, hey, they got girls' night. No. Well, what are you doing? I'm going work on my business. I'm going to study AI. I'm going to study ChatGPT. I'm going to learn AI. I'm going to learn how to write emails. I'm going to learn how to write copy. I'm going to learn how to, post social media. I'm going to learn how to make YouTube videos, right? I'm going to save my money and get me a new camera, get me some new lights, get me a new computer, whatever, right? I'm going to figure out how to fix my credit. I'm going to figure out how to save money. I'm going to figure out like whatever. I'm going to invest in a coach. I'm going to invest in some courses. I'm going to read a book. You understand what I'm saying? Like you're in a season of no. Why? Because you're focused. You understand? Say no to everything. Second thing, which is a very big thing, stop watching TV. Cut it off. Listen. Myron Golden says that if you're making under 20,000 a month, there's no way you should be watching TV. I'm gonna say you shouldn't be watching it at all. It's just a distraction. Do it for 30 days. Swap everything that you're gonna stop doing and add in something that you should be doing in your business. And guess what? Do that for the next 30 days and just see what happens. Like, just see what happens. But no TV. You shouldn't be watching TV. Like, it's a big distraction. I promise you, it's a big distraction. But if you're someone who loves TV and you love being stimulated and distracted by this thing, cool, not a problem. Watch it one day a week. That's it. Take one day a week. Like me, I take the Shabbat off, the Sabbath, which is Saturday. And if I'm going to watch TV, which, excuse me, y'all, I don't, I will watch it on a Saturday. I might watch TV every 90 days, an hour or 2 hours worth of TV, unless they got like a very, very great series that comes out. Like the last thing I watched was The House of David, which was very, very good. I do recommend people to watch that, but that was good. But other than that, I don't watch TV. It's a distraction, right? I watch YouTube. Well, you watch YouTube? Yes, I'm learning everything. I'm learning AI. I'm learning marketing skills. I'm watching people to teach how to talk, how to make YouTube videos, how to do a lot, right? I'm learning about once again, depending on the season that I'm in. If I'm trying to buy a new truck and I need to learn what's the best truck to buy, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna watch YouTube about all of the good trucks and all of the bad trucks to help me make my decision. I'm gonna watch YouTube, who's the best lenders out there, who's selling the best trucks for the best prices. How do I fix my credit? How do I improve my credit? Like that, I'm gonna replace hours of TV for hours of studying on YouTube. Period. All right. So no TV, y'all. Cut the TV out. Go pawn it. Go pawn every TV in your house, especially if you don't have children. Get rid of them all. Right? Sell them. Just get rid of them. All right. Cool. I know a lot of you brothers, you truck drivers, y'all got the TVs with the games in the truck. Y'all definitely want to do that. All right, next thing is stop going out. Just stop. Just stop. Remember, you said you want to grow your business. You want to start that business. Stop going out. No need for it. For what? Oh, it's a networking event. Stop it. Stop. Stop fooling yourself. You don't need to network right now. If you're broke, if you're just starting your business, you're trying to on a come up, all right? I'm not trying to offend no one. I'm just trying to give you real game, okay? You need to stop going out. There is no networking. You need to get on YouTube. You need to buy you some books, and you need to learn a skill. You need to learn some skills. Well, I'm a truck driver. What more skills can I learn? You need to learn how to drive Specialized free. You need to learn how to get approved for a loan to buy you some equipment at a low price. You need to learn how to run a fleet and stop driving and have you multiple trucks. Whatever level you're at, and you're trying to level up, you need to learn how to get to the next level. Period. All right. So no partying, no going out, no weekends, no none of that. No dating and none of that. All right. Next big thing. Now this is a big thing. This is really for my men out there, for you sisters too. But I'm not a woman, so I don't know how a woman body. Listen, the sisters can use this too if they want to. But this is really for you brothers. I promise you, this is gonna work. I promise you. And it's not just for, listen, stop having sex. Just stop it. Oh, I know. A lot of y'all done clicked off the video now. But I'm keeping it real. Remember, it's for 30 days. Just try it out. Stop. Stop giving that energy out, right? Stop trying to get so stimulated. Like, fast. Go on a fast. You're fasting from partying. You're fasting from the TV. You're fasting from sex. Now, if you're married, maybe you can't do this. But basically, he told his wife, he was married, and he told his wife, hey, look, I need to really focus on building a business. I don't know if he was building PayPal at the time or whatever it was, but I really think it was Elon Musk. And he fasted. And him and his wife agreed. They came into agreement that, okay, cool, we're not going to have any sex. He said that was a really big thing that helped him out. When you're fasting from sex, you understand that it's triggering to your mind, letting you know that you're in control. One of the biggest things for men, my brothers out there can try to act like, oh, that's for him or whatever. Listen, the biggest thing for men, women too, but men, it could be a little harder, is to not have sex, right? It's to walk away from women, right? And if you really want to trigger something in your mind, inside of you, I promise you, stop that. It's gonna turn up your masculinity. You're gonna have more energy. Your mind is gonna be more clear. Your intelligence level is gonna go up, and you're gonna understand that, oh, I'm really in control of myself. Because the scripture says that you gotta deny the flesh daily. And even though you need to do something and want to do something in your business, this body doesn't want to do it. So the easiest way to bring the body under control and under subjection is to deny it. Don't give it what it wants. Start working out. Try to do 1 hour a day. Whatever it is that you want to do. It doesn't matter because, if you're not already working out, if it's the beginning of your workout journey, just do anything. Go take a run, go take a walk, do some push-ups, do some sit-ups, some pull-ups, some calisthenics, go to the gym, right? Go get a cheap gym membership from Planet Fitness with their $10, $15 for the basic one. Go to the gym. When you go to the gym, try not to listen to no music. Listen to educational podcasts, business podcasts, listen to audio books. Start intermittent fasting. Man, Marco, you talking about the gym, you talking about no sex, you talking about not eating food. How is this gonna help me in business? I promise you, it's gonna help you. I'm not trying to help you get your figure together. I'm telling you, this is gonna help with your mind. All right, it's gonna help with you waking up early in the morning. Okay, try not to eat after 9 and try not to eat before 12 or at least 10 o'clock in the morning. Right? I would say 12. Try at least 12 from 9 at night. That's what I do. 9 at night to 12 the next day afternoon. Okay, and what happens is your body is not gonna be working so hard to break down this food that you have, and by it's not doing that, you're gonna have more energy, right? Because your body takes energy to break down the food. So if you're trying to get more loads, you need more energy to drive more, right? If you're trying to make more calls, if you're trying to learn something, you're reading books or whatever. Like for me, I stop eating by 9. I try to be sleep by 10. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but I try to be sleep by 10, and I'm up 3:45, right? Right now I have my daughter, so I'm not hitting the gym early in the morning. So my morning routine right now is 3:45. I pray and meditate. By 4:30, 4:45, I'm in front of the computer. 6:15, my alarm's gonna go off. I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna look directly at the sun as much as possible to get that energy, to get that in my face and get that in my life. And I'm not going to have no headphones in because I want clarity. I want to get some peace. I don't want to be overstimulated. I don't want all this distraction going on. And then I'm going to be back in front of my computer about 7 o'clock and doing my day. And then I'll go to the gym later on in the evening because the gym has daycare and I bring my daughter with me. But if I didn't have her, I would jump up in the morning. I would be in the gym by 5 o'clock, right? Different. But either way it go, I'm not going to eat and I'm going to hit that gym and I'm going to wake up early in the morning, all right? Next big thing, if you can't do this one, at least do it 6, but don't drink or do drugs at all, right? Now, when I say drugs, let's just keep it real. Look, marijuana, the average person is going to do some type of marijuana, right? Whether it's, however they consume, put it like that. So yeah, try not to do none of that at all for the next 30 days. But if you have to do it, which you really don't, but if you just commit to 6 days a week, you'll feel a difference in 6 days a week, right? But try not to do it at all for 30 days. And that's really it. Oh, and last but not least, try to read books. Try to read at least 2 to 4 books over the next 30 days. I promise you, if you do these things, go back and watch the video, write it down. If you do these things over the next 30 days, I promise you, you will elevate in your business. Like you will get some new thoughts. You would gain some new habits. You would do more. You would drive more. You would make more phone calls. You would make more content. You will start feeling yourself becoming like this more productive. Your mind is going to be more clear. You're going to be more positive. You won't have so much doubt that things is not going to work for you. You will be more positive. All these type of things, right? So if you do this for the next 30 days and it change your life or change your business, come back and leave me a comment, right? Let me know, all right? So hopefully you liked the video and I'll see you in the next one. So hopefully you liked the video, and if you did, make sure you smash the like button, and if you want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel.